following is a very special presentation from the kind people at WIXT Central New York 9. Thank you kindly.
Live from downtown Syracuse, the 1988 St. Patrick's Parade, We the People. Brought to you in part by PNC. When it comes to saving you money on your overall food bill, the Price Champion wrote the book. True Value Hardware, more than a name, it's our way of doing business. New Jersey Tourism, New Jersey and you, perfect together. Chappell's, the store that's always personally yours since 1895. The Downtown Committee, where good things continue to happen. And by O'Duncan O'Bright, reminding you to stop by their Irish Bargain Party.
Morning to you, everybody.
The top of the morning to you.
Welcome to the 6th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade live from downtown Syracuse. I'm Rick Gary along with Jeff Scheidecker to bring you all the color and the commentation, all the excitement.
We've got a great day, and Rick, the parade has already begun here in downtown Syracuse. It stepped off brightly at about 11:40 this morning.
Right on time. Very good, yes.
Yep, terrific. There's Mayor Tom Young marching with New York Senator Daniel Moynihan. And, of course, both of them were at the Irish Review last night at the hotels at Shamrock Square.
St. Patrick, of course, was the first to come down the street, along with the Syracuse Kilties and the Syracuse Police Mounted Patrol.
And, of course, the Grand Marshals of this year's parade are former Mayor and Congressman William Walsh and his son, Syracuse Common Council President James Walsh, who have passed in review here. There are hundreds of thousands of people down here, Rick, so far. The streets are already, I think the crowd is bigger than last year.
Much bigger.
Here is the Syracuse Scottish Pipe Band. And the members of the Syracuse Fire Department in their smart blue uniforms with a green carnation.
They all look good.
Well, folks, we are in for a terrific day here on Central New York 9, and Rick and I know that you want to enjoy as much of this parade as we can bring you in the next 3 hours, and so we're going to do a minimum of talking.
Right, you are. Yeah, that's right. We're going to show you all the action, all the greenness, as if you will, of the parade, of St. Patrick's Day Parade. This is the 6th, the 4th we've had on television, too, for you.
That's correct. In fact, the history of the parade really goes back to the 1800s, and the parade ended for a time back in the 1920s. It was revived briefly in the late 1960s and mid-70s. This parade, the new parade, began back in 1982. And in fact, the first new parade was in 1983, and just a terrific parade. There's Pat Bright of O'Duncan O'Bright.
Boy, has he become very famous, not only in furniture, but in all Ireland, I think, with his every year, of course, his furniture sales and his jaunting cart that he brings here to the parade.
He is with the Knights of Columbus Color Guard, and Pat Bright on his Irish jaunting cart. Well, the day is kind of cool, but if you're dressed in a sweater and a nice jacket, if you haven't decided whether or not to come down, I tell you, you really should, because it's partly cloudy and not too cool. And there are the Knights of Columbus.
And if I can make a weather note here.
Please do. Appropriate.
Any rain that was expected today will be holding off till late in the afternoon and early evening. And as a matter of fact, a little sunshine. You know, every year it happens. The start of the parade, we had sunshine this morning. It clouded over, increasing cloudiness in the forecast. And now we've got a little sun now.
And we know why.
And we know why.
Because we welcome
Nancy Duffy.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
It's
welcome,
just
Nancy.
a great day, and I feel someone told me that it was going to 70 today, Rick. And already we have 250,000 here lining the streets all the way back to the beginning of the parade route.
And the parade stepped off on time this year, Nancy.
Well,
congratulations.
We had a ceremony. We started with the Tom Dooley Choraleers, and that started the parade. They sang an Irish song, and I don't know if you could hear down here the musket volley from the county parks rangers, and that was from the French fort.
Oh, okay.
We have coming up now another of those terrific pipe bands, many of them. In fact, Nancy, you were telling me 15 pipe bands. And the Rob Roy Pipe Band from Kingston, Ontario, Canada are coming into view now. Absolutely beautiful in those kilts, stepping lightly and smartly along. There are 25 units here this year, 25 bands from Canada, and we're very happy. We know that the folks in Kingston, Ontario are watching us today, and to all of our friends north of the border, we say welcome. Happy St. Patrick's Parade Day, everyone.
And top of the morning.
This is the oldest piper, or not the oldest, but the longest tenured piper in North America.
Let's listen if we can.
The contingent from the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department, led by Sheriff John Dillon.
Following that terrific pipe band from Canada, members of the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department, led by Sheriff John Dillon, and if you heard overhead, Onondaga County's Air One helicopter.
We are well represented here today by both county and city, as far as your sheriffs and city police and fire departments are concerned in today's festivities, as they always are represented.
And Nancy, I know John Dillon has a special role in this parade, one of the original founding members of the new parade.
That's right. He was the band chairman. He was in charge of finding us bands that first year. And I hate to say it, but we only found 4.
I remember that first year, too. You're right. There was only 4, yeah.
But also, John supplies us with our 2 operation chiefs and many of our marshals.
The Onondaga County Sheriff's Department. And we have much more straight ahead. The Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade is brought to you in part by Wegmans, where every day you get our best for less. By Chappell's, the store that's always personally yours since 1895. And Onondaga Beverage, distributor of Guinness and Harp imported Irish beer. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Captain Kidd's first visit to the New Jersey shore was no vacation. Legend has it that he came to hide some treasure, and perhaps a few crew members. But because the authorities were after him, he found it impossible to stay.
Today, some people still dig for buried treasure in New Jersey and find it impossible to leave. New Jersey and you, perfect together.
It certainly is exciting to watch today's parade in downtown Syracuse, but you know, you don't have to wait for a parade to enjoy a visit to downtown. There's lots going on almost any time. If you haven't yet visited the shops in Armory Square or ridden the new Salt City Trolley, you may have missed part of the excitement of downtown. How about the new galleries on South Salina Street or the exciting variety of downtown restaurants? More than 200 shops are also located right here. Isn't it time you visited downtown again?
And a welcome back to the 6th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade live from downtown Syracuse. I'm Rick Gary along with Jeff Scheidecker and Nancy Duffy. And we're still in the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department's display. We've seen the Canine Corps. We've seen the men of the Sheriff's Department and the women. That's right. And they had an old car. I don't even know what year that was from the Sheriff's Department. It looked like an old Plymouth. 49, would you guess, maybe? All right. These are the special deputy. This is the special deputy unit of the Onondaga County Sheriff's Department. There's the car right there. I'm a guess on that car. I don't know.
For Plymouth. There's McGruff the crime dog. And all of the kids who are watching out there know McGruff pretty well. He visits the schools in our area to help take a bite out of crime.
And of course, the Onondaga Neighborhood Watch is always part of the Sheriff's Department contingent.
Those are the folks who are working hard out in our community to make sure that we're all safe.
Boy, that's an excellent idea, and it has been over the last couple of years, and it's gotten so much bigger and so much coverage on it that it's done very well for the folks in the neighborhoods.
And there's Ed Spillett, who was the usher at Mass this morning and a member of the AOH Division I with his brothers from the Ancient Order. Jim Salinger, John Young. Ancient Order of Hibernians, of course, is the only Irish ethnic group. There's our Grand Marshal, Bill Walsh, co-Grand Marshal with his son.
And very happy to be back in Syracuse for this very special day.
Came from Florida to do it.
He might enjoy the Florida sunshine, but he enjoys the warmth of his home city.
Boy, that's for sure.
Here are some Ancient Order of Hibernians from Division #1 in Cortland, Nancy, and another one of our regional entrants in the parade this year, and your home city.
That's right. My father's a member.
75 members in this particular group, I believe.
That's right. There's the Oswego County Hibernians. And auxiliary.
Now St. Patrick's Parish from Syracuse.
Well, there you can see the size of the crowd that is gathered, and I want to say that last year at this time, that crowd, this crowd that you're seeing on your screen, was not as big as it is today.
It's deeper, and the depth is a lot greater this year at this particular time, and we of course are early on in this parade. This is going to take some 3 hours to get through.
Here are the folks from St. Patrick's Parish. That is the home parish of our mayor, Tom Young, and they have a large contingent marching and a beautiful float that will come into view here in a minute. And there's Jen Knox. Hi, Jen, waving to the crowd.
A live leprechaun watching over an Irish potato garden.
You know, I wanted to track down a leprechaun this year, but I just didn't have the time.
I think we're going to see a few. And I think Nancy's got a few here today because this weather has obviously been influenced by the presence of so many wee people.
You know, the first year that you had this, the weather wasn't as good.
No, that was really the coldest parade we had. But it was lovely.
Now the Irish of Eldridge and Skaneateles Falls.
You know, in Ireland, this is typical Irish weather, even in August, a day like today. And the people always say, if it isn't raining, it's lovely.
That's the way to look at it. Always on the
And now there's the way to ride in this parade and to participate in this parade. Get someone to pull you along. That's terrific.
I don't know if you've noticed the caliber of floats even this early. I took a look around the staging area. They're really much improved this year. Lots of work went into them.
Every year, Nancy, and we say this, it sounds like a cliche, but every year they get much better.
And the Irishman of Elbridge, the AOH Division 10, and Skaneateles Falls, the smallest AOH division in America.
Total of 12 marchers, but I bet you there's more Irishmen on that area.
And there is a beautiful float. It's all new and improved this year.
The Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade is brought to you in part by Falso Heating, serving Central New York for over 100 years. ET Video, your headquarters for home entertainment, and by O'Duncan O'Bright, reminding you to shop their Irish bargain party. More parade coverage right after these messages.
And here's your sister Kate, and there's a girl who used to swing down by the garden gate. Shake hands with all of the neighbors and kiss the colleagues all. Yours was.
Chappell's presents the suits of the season. Make a splash in tanks. Suits that are sassy. Suits that sizzle. Black and white, a stroke of color. Freestyle, high style, low style. Styles that make waves. The biggest names in swimwear. Jansen, Sassafras, Catalina, and more. Go ahead, make a splash. The suits of the season at all 7 Chappell stores.
Peter Coleman here, speaking for Guinness and Harp. A lot of tradition going on. A lot of tradition this 17th. These are the real items. 10 million glasses consumed each day. How can that many people be wrong? Guinness and Harp, the only way to go. Ireland in a glass. Schlanta.
Guinness Stout and Harp Lager, distributed to your favorite pubs and retailers by Owasco Beverage Corporation.
Henniger High School.
Welcome back to Central New York 9's coverage of the annual St. Patrick's Parade from downtown Syracuse. Jeff Scheidecker along with Nancy Duffy and Rick Gary, and we've changed positions a little bit because we want to put Nancy in the middle where she belongs, here at the center of all of this. The Henninger High School Marching Band, the Anthony Henninger High School Marching Band. Nancy, and we'll listen to them, and then you can tell us a little bit about the importance of this band.
Shining on Henninger and the rest of us right now. I think it feels like about 70, don't you?
And the gang from Citibank. And various VIPs led by
Henninger has a very important role in the parade, do they not, Nancy? Maybe you can tell us a bit of the history.
They, of course, were the winners of our first Day Brothers Munley Waterford Award because they were the first band to sign up that first year. They didn't even have uniforms for 2 of the first parades, and now they have brand new uniforms. They had a big uniform fundraiser. Very important, will always be in the first division. Henninger, of course, is sponsored by Citibank. All of our bands have corporate sponsors, and that's how we pay for the more costly aspects of this parade.
On the state fairgrounds in Syracuse.
Here comes the state police.
State police.
New York State Police Mounted Patrol and members of the New York State Police.
And New York State Park Police Mounted Unit.
And you know, the Mounted Patrol is headquartered here at the State Fairgrounds. At the State Fairgrounds, just outside of Syracuse. They train out there.
I had the opportunity to mount and ride one of those horses during the state fair. They're a fabulous animal.
Oh, that's right. You're quite
well
a
trained.
horseman.
Yes, I love horses.
Extremely gentle animals, well trained, very disciplined.
Trained in crowd control. They have a. They're out looking for horses now for those folks that may have horses that can qualify for the state police. They contact the state police and they'll help you along with that.
And this parade has helicopters above and helicopters on the street. Here we're looking at the New York State Police Long Ranger medevac helicopter.
Look what it says. Happy birthday, Bruce Stauffer.
And Bruce Stauffer is driving the truck that's pulling the State Police helicopter. Bruce Stauffer, of course, as you know, has dedicated many, many, many hours to helping those in need.
He helps our parade, too.
Who doesn't help the parade? Let's listen to the Tom Dewey Choraleers if we can.
Are you sure this is the B division?
Tom Dooley's, of course, are directed by Michael Pinkashevitz and managed by Charles Schaefer.
Well, it's a terrific day for the parade, Nancy. The sun has come out now that you're here, shining brightly, very warm up here. And Central New York 9's coverage of the Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade is brought to you in part by PNC. When it comes to saving you money on your overall food bill, the price champion wrote the book. By the Downtown Committee, where good things continue to happen. And by Merchants Bank. Let merchants get you in top financial shape. Our live coverage continues after these messages.
Oh, my name is McNamara, I'm the leader of the band. And though we're small in numbers, we're the best in all the land. Oh, I am the conductor and we often have to play.
Since my wife switched her grocery shopping to Wegmans, meal times are more interesting, and our weekly food bills have gone down. Wegmans has lowered prices on lots of things we use every day for good. Take it from me, I'm a food expert, my friend. Now I can have my croissants and save money, too. Hey!
Savings add up at Wegmans.
Every day you get a
and the best is now for rent.
The Germans are known for their impeccable driving machines and for their refusal to drive anything less. However, there is an American driving machine the Germans have favored for years, a Simplicity lawn and garden tractor. Those who recognize quality understand there's just no substitute for simplicity.
Welcome back to the St. Patrick's Day Parade, 6th annual in downtown Syracuse live, and you're looking at the Cicero North Syracuse High School Marching Band. Let's give a listen.
Fantastic.
And there's the Apple Muffin Gang. You know, they're the kids who got state approval and made the Apple Muffin the official state muffin.
Started as a civics lesson, and it turned into something very real.
How long did that take them, Jeff?
It took about, if I'm not mistaken, they started on the project about a year ago. And they kept lobbying the state legislature, and spring of 1987 they began. 4th graders from Bear Road Elementary School.
Because we have some of the best apples to be found in the entire world right here in central New York, right down in Lafayette. Okay, can I get that in there? All right.
You got to plug it in. Of course, even we people can do, with the luck of the Irish, can do anything.
Nancy, we have some special wheat people. Why don't you talk about them a little bit?
Oh, yes. So wheat people, this is the Chittenango Oz float, and of course we have brought up one of the original Munchkins. He's from Florida. And he was the coroner in the movie version, The Wizard of Oz.
Meinhard Robbie and his wife. And it was great at the Irish Review last night. Meinhard stood up and did his famous line as the coroner from The Wizard of Oz.
That was 50 years ago.
And we have the Tin Man here. You know, Chittenango, which had the St. Patrick's Parade for years in the end of the 60s and early 70s, now has an annual Oz parade every year, and here are some of the folks that you'll see marching in that parade, no doubt.
That's right. That's in May, and of course we're really dependent on Chittenango. Chittenango had the idea first to have a St. Patrick's Parade and ended it after about a 6-year run in 1975.
The Wicked Witch.
That's the Auntie M's Cottage.
What a wonderful float.
You are right. The quality of these floats this year
Fantastic.
is incredible. Just in 1 year difference is unbelievable. Very nice.
I just want to go back for a minute to the North Stars Band. They are, of course, the national champions. They passed by a few minutes ago. National champions, and just terrific presentation here today.
And before them, during the break, there was the Notre Dame Leprechaun, Brian Stark, and the Notre Dame Club. He was flown in after meeting President Reagan.
Who sent his personal regards through Brian last night, and again at the Irish Review and the Parade Eve dinner. He delivered those to the crowd on hand. And he also said that he had many invitations to be in parades this weekend and chose Syracuse for the warmth of the people.
And the warmth of the skies. We can't deny that.
From Oswego, New York, the Melody Cadets.
You know, sometimes I wonder, Nancy, why I even bother with the weather forecast the week prior to the parade, because I always know how it's going to end up. And I think last Saturday I said partly cloudy, 40s, maybe 50s, so we were really pretty close.
That's right.
And you even brought us more sunshine than I'd hoped for.
Here are the Melody Cadets from Owego.
From Williamsport, Northside Girl Scouts.
The parade is off and running, and it looks great so far, but we've got a lot more coverage still ahead.
A lot more coverage, but you know, the parade goes as it begins.
Which is?
Just wonderful. I'm thrilled.
You are watching live coverage of the annual St. Patrick's Parade on Central New York 9 WIXT Syracuse, and we'll continue with that live coverage in a moment.
It's a great day for fair. Begosh, there's not a cop to stop parading. Begorra, all the cops are out parading. It's a great day.
It's exciting, it's fun, it's O'Duncan O'Bright's Irish Bargain Party, the biggest furniture sale of the year.
You'll see the largest selection of furniture in New York State at our lowest prices of the year. Like this Serta Deluxe mattress or foundation in any size at one low price of $97 each.
Irish coffee, Irish champagne, and Irish gifts with every purchase. Landfill.
That's O'Duncan O'Bright, O'Duncan O'Bright, O'Duncan O'Bright.
This is Commissioner Cesar Perales. In New York, over 1 million people go without food they need because they can't afford it, even though help is available. Like the laid-off worker with mouths to feed, who needs to stay healthy to find that new job. Like the single parent who works hard, but can't afford the right foods for growing kids. Or the senior citizen who wants to eat well to stay well. If you think you need food stamps or other help to eat well, why not look into these programs? Call the hotline toll-free, 1-800-342-3009.
We're down here at street level now. Mike Price and Peggy Finnegan right on the parade route itself. We're looking back now, Peg, I think at about a block and a half more of Girl Scouts coming by.
Of Girl Scouts.
That's right.
They're all over the place.
And it's a very exciting parade. It's fun for us to be right down here on the street level to take it all in.
God, Mike, because we get to mingle and socialize, and by golly, that's what the Irish do best.
Exactly, and when we're not on, we're having a good time. See, so this is a fun place to be right now. I can hear some old automobiles, or at least an Ugo horn coming by. Now, tell me something about yourself, Peg. Finnegan, obviously, is an Irish name.
I'm glad you asked, Michael, because I'll tell you, there was a King O. Finnegan in Ireland. So you can kiss me hand now.
Well, all right.
I'm a direct
The pleasure, me lady.
And what about Price? Price is Welsh.
Yeah, an old Welsh name like Price. You might be wondering, but my mother's maiden name was McGuire. And somebody, our station historian, Bill Eady, who does a lot of research on Celtic origins, told me that the first Irishman to set foot in this country, in the USA, was Michael McGuire. And my grandfather happened to be Michael McGuire. I don't think that was any relation, but you never know. Could go back a few generations.
It's a heck of a great story anyway, Mike. Well, I think I hear some drums in the background, so perhaps we should let everybody enjoy them, because we certainly are. It's a great day for a parade. We're having a marvelous, marvelous time down here.
So let's take in some more of the parade, Peg.
Okay. Back to Jeff and the people at the reviewing stand.
Thanks, Peggy and Mike. We're having a terrific time down there. Here are the Joyful Noise Band, pipe and drums from East Syracuse. Wouldn't be a parade without pipes and drums.
Wouldn't be a parade without a band from East Syracuse.
That's right.
If you notice this group, this is one of the groups, Jeff, that last year was in the 14th division. We moved a lot of those up early this year. The Scenic Valley 4-H Club, and of course that's Dot Burkhardt's group.
On horseback, horses still have their winter coats, I see, but they should be shedding, I would say, here in the next week or so.
Those hard helmets decorated in honor of St. Patrick's and some leprechauns.
Smart idea.
And there's a green jelly bean.
Well, do you see what's following the horses? This is the most important group of them all. If we had a shot of that, would be great. The kids with the shovel.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Lickety Split Fertilizer Company. We're watching the jelly bean right now, but the Lickety Split Fertilizer Company just went behind the horses.
And I see the Caterpillar is back again from Syracuse Supply.
Yes, a corporate sponsor, very important in this parade. And that float is wonderful to see.
In fact, on it is a 1930 model 2-ton tractor. And that is compared to a 1988 D4H dozer, we're told.
Oh, there we go, yeah.
So we have 58 years of tractoring there.
Do you really notice the big difference? Is the 1930 tractor, small, no cover whatsoever. You get up into the ones they use today, they have air-conditioned cabs, stereo, the whole bit.
And there you can see the progression of tractors through the years.
And along with Caldwell Banker Burlingame, our corporate sponsors. And the Syracuse Clown Club.
That's a great car. Would you like to have something like that?
Imagine driving down 690 with that.
Going to work in that?
I'm not sure it's quite street legal, but anything is legal in the St. Patrick's Parade.
We're still in the Wee Division, and the Wee Division has a lot of young people and a lot of clowns. And there is Mr. Dooley, the accordion player. You can hear the accordion.
That looks like an accordion from Ireland, too.
That's right. Mr. Dooley is straight from Ireland. The only Irish band in the parade.
It won't be the first time nor the last, I suspect we'll hear that song today.
See where the accordion making a big comeback in the last couple of years.
You're going to see some real accordions coming down this street a little later in this parade.
You know, I should have brought mine. I used to play the accordion. I don't think anybody want to hear me play it.
And I could have brought my clarinet, and and nobody would have wanted to hear that either.
Television sets being turned off all over Central New York.
No, we don't have them, folks. Stay tuned, because we have a real band coming up here, a terrific band.
This is the Corcoran High School Cougars.
Let's listen. march along in their beautiful uniforms. Represented well are the Syracuse high schools, the Central New York high schools, Nancy. Corcoran just one of our bands.
That's right.
Of over 50 bands, folks. And we hope we'll show you most of them during our broadcast.
And again, here are some pony groups. That's the Bacchus Ponies. Again, this was a group that was moved up from the 14th division last year. Glad to see Bacchus Pony Farm on television.
Take a couple of cases of that.
And the Lynch family right there.
Very nice team of horses.
Well, you can see how much fun the crowd is having here. Literally children of all ages enjoying themselves today.
By way of Matt's Brewing Company.
There's an air.
Well,
You can park it right here. I'll finish it off.
Well,
wouldn't be St. Patrick's Day or St. Patrick's weekend without a little green beer. And there's a truck full of it.
And Peter Coleman is there, too, if you can look closely.
Peter just left the hose open right
And Peter Coleman is also instrumental in the new life of this parade, Nancy.
That's right. It was at Peter Coleman's 6 years ago. 6.5 years ago when all of this started. We met in an upper room and decided at that time, yes, it could be possible we could bring the old St. Patrick's Parade back. A little bit different, though, than the way it was in the old days.
September 17th, 1982.
That's right. That's
Very
right.
good, Peter. They can hear you on the
Oh, I think the crowd's increased, Jeff. And Rick.
I think it has, too. And
Yeah, we had talked about that earlier, that it looked as if it were deeper this year at that particular time at noon than it was last year. And then they estimated, what, 100,000 last year. And they were looking for, you're looking for $250,000, I know, right?
That's right.
And you know, the thing about this shot is in the corner of Salina and Onondaga, thereabouts. That depth all the way up Salina Street and the entire parade route. Just a great day, as always.
Wonder how many gallons of beer in that truck. Live coverage of the Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade is brought to you in part by New Jersey Tourism. New Jersey and you, perfect together. True Value Hardware, more than a name, it's their way of doing business. And by Puffs. Puffs Plus, first aid for your sore nose. Don't touch that dial. More parade right after these messages.
You're on your way financially. You found a place where you'd like to be. Get into shape, the time is now. Let Merchants Bank show you how. You're ready for fiscal fitness. You'll find it at Merchants Bank. The time is now. We'll show you how. We're first in fiscal fitness. Merchants Bank.
Cut your energy bills with a new Carrier central air conditioner or heat pump. Buy now with no down payment. Pay later. How much later? June? No. July? No. Not even August. You don't have to pay till after Labor Day. Then choose convenient monthly terms or pay the full amount with no interest charges. A limited time offer. Call today.
Call Falso Heating now for a free estimate. No payment until October.
Welcome back to downtown Syracuse for the 6th annual St. Patrick's Parade. I'm Jeff Scheidecker along with Nancy Duffy and Rick Gary.
And we just see the beginning of Division 2, and what we've been talking about a little bit a while ago. This is the world's largest Irish accordion band coming down the street, and they are from Kitchener, Ontario. They came in last night, a very nice group, and they'll be playing accordions.
They have 5 of these bands in Canada.
That's where they all are. Actually, we've got 2 of them in this parade.
2. Very nice. There's 40 accordions. Is that right? 40 accordions.
That's correct. The Lion Rampart Accordion Band celebrating its 10th anniversary year. And they have a color guard percussion section and
200
Irish marching accordions.
200 parades and marched over 500 miles.
Lion Rampant Accordion Bands from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada.
Absolutely beautiful colors.
And great voice. Lion Rapids Accordion Band celebrating its 10th anniversary
Their
year.
first St. Patrick's Parade in this country.
Ontario, Canada.
They have participated, Nancy, in over 200 parades, and they've marched over, get this, 500 miles, which is probably about half the distance between here and
Yeah, but I think they took a bus
Waterloo,
to get
Ontario.
here. They did take a bus, didn't they?
Let's listen.
From DeWitt, New York. From the DeWitt Fire Department. Who's on the back? Who's ready? Howling for joy.
I think they stay here. Wait till we get done.
Genesee Region Newfoundland Club.
Well, it's another one of our terrific fire engines. You'll see a lot of those in this year's parade, as you do every year.
Well, there's so many fire department parades during the summer. The firemen love to march.
Happy birthday to
And
Connie
so
Gibson
many
from Montessori School.
antique fire engines preserved by the Society for the Advancement and Preservation of Antique Fire Apparatus. I'm sure I left something out there.
Look at this dog.
That is a Newfoundland, and did you see the front of him? It was dyed green.
I get a chance to see that. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful dog.
This, of course, is a Montessori school. And wonderful Newfoundlands.
Look at those beautiful dogs.
And they're carrying little kids from the Montessori school. That's what you call dog power.
Right. And actually, the Montessori school's mascot is the frog. And that is riding in the mule dog.
that away.
And of course, the children, the frog, and all the newbies.
On wheels. Buttons
Wish you all of
down.
them happy St. Patrick's Day. And happy St. Patrick's Parade Day as well.
Did they all jump the thruway route this morning?
Gee, I think the Newfies doubled in size since last year.
Boy, they're beautiful.
Just beautiful.
And
Look at the
they're
green T-shirt. Where do you get a T-shirt that fit a Newfoundland?
Here's Buttons the Clown in his mini car. And Buttons, I'm not sure, knows which direction he's going. A minute ago, he was going backwards.
Hilltop Farm miniature horses from Memphis.
Oh, there we go. I think you better give Buttons a parade map, Nancy, so he knows which way to go.
And these are the Franklin Elementary School clowns called the Circus of Stars following Buttons. Junior clowns. And with junior clowns, we have junior horses, the miniature horses from Memphis. Are those horses or ponies?
Well, they are horses. They were used in the coal mines back in the early part of the century. They pulled the ore carts in the coal mines in northern Europe, and they're becoming quite popular here in the United States. And if you remember at the New York State Fair, they had a couple there that were in the $50,000 range with the champion lions and so forth. They're becoming a popular breed of animal to be shown.
Marywood College in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Well, there, my son Michael is at home watching this parade right now, and that's one of his favorite characters, Cookie Monster.
Direct from Dublin, Ireland.
Or maybe it's Cookie O Monster, who's with the WCNY contingent.
Eating soda, and there, of course, is Marywood College, my alma mater, that have come up from Scranton and brought their band and their band ensemble. And says Marywood loves Syracuse. Top of the morning from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Two bands, of course, that we have from Pennsylvania. The Mummers of Philadelphia and the Marywood College ensemble from Scranton. You know, there are a lot of people from Scranton in the Syracuse area.
And let's listen to the Marywood College Jazz Ensemble.
our sponsor, TJ's.
TJ's Big Boy Restaurant. And there's the big boy right there.
And the Bluebirds.
And some representatives from the campfire, boys and girls, their ages 5 to 18.
And the Cub Scouts from Onondaga Hill.
We are still in Division 2, right, Nancy?
Still in Division 2.
And a lot more of the parade to come, that's for sure. The sun's shining now again in downtown Syracuse. I'm only guessing at the temperature, probably up around 40 to 45. But believe me, everybody seems warm. A lot warmer than this year. You know why? Because of the breeze. We're not getting the breezes today.
It's very comfortable up here. In fact, if that sun stays out, I'm going to shed the overcoat.
Oh, boy.
Extending.
The Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade is brought to you in part by Wegmans, where every day you get their best for less. Chappell's, the store that's always personally yours since 1895. And Onondaga Beverage, distributor of Guinness and Harp imported Irish beer. We'll be right back with more coverage of the St. Patrick's Parade after these messages.
C presents The Big Book of Savings, a step-by-step guide to lower overall prices. Step 1, stay low prices.
We take items you use most and keep their prices low, week after week. The brand may change, but that item will always be marked at a P&C Stay Low price.
When it comes to saving you more on your overall food bill,
we wrote the book.
Describe how bad it feels. I've got a sore nose.
It's just the rubbing and the dripping and the sneezing and the wiping and the rubbing and the dripping and the sneezing and the wiping.
Introducing first aid for your nose when it's sore from too much blowing. New Puffs Plus.
Feels like there may be something in there.
There's lotion. I feel it on my fingers. A lotion.
It's the first tissue with moisturizing lotion. New Puffs Plus.
Well, it saved my nose.
Puffs Plus is much less irritating than my tissue. I've never had an experience where you blow your nose and it feels so good.
New Puffs Plus.
We welcome you back to the annual St. Patrick's Parade from downtown Syracuse live on Central New York 9. Jeff Scheidecker along with Nancy Duffy and Rick Gary.
And there's the St. Lucy's float, and followed by the Amerscott Pipe Band. The Amerscott Pipe Band from Saugerties. Pipe Major Frank Hudak. There he is.
The Amerscott Highland Pipe Band.
The Amherst Highland Pipe Band, which originated in 1965.
They are the annual host band for the wonderful Celtics Festival in Hunter, and that's where they have so many pipe bands marching down the Hunter Mountain. It's a wonderful thing. They're all playing different songs on their pipes.
And the folks from Loretto Geriatric Center well represented here today. A large shamrock with leprechauns. And you can see from the detail the hours of work.
Mike Price did a nice story the other night on this.
And now you see the finished product.
The finished product,
Here
yes.
it is.
Of course, we have a whole host of float judges looking at these floats very carefully. They include the top educators of the entire Central New York area.
And from Paragon Supply Company in Syracuse.
The detail on that float is terrific.
At the
And I agree with you, Nancy, your comment earlier that the floats this year
years.
just outstanding.
That's a lot of bricks.
That is nice. Very super.
Here are the folks from Paragon Supply having a great time.
And their 100th anniversary, I believe.
Indeed. Central New York's largest stocking distributor of bricks. Over 1 million Irish bricks in stock.
What's an Irish brick?
Is it anything like a Blarney Stone, Rick? And the sun breaks through once again in downtown Syracuse.
Well, Nancy has a little switch here. She's just turning it on and off, teasing everybody. That's what she's doing.
But again, as Rick pointed out, no wind. And folks, look, there's still much more of the parade to come. So if we've shown you enough on television, come on down and join us in the crowd here.
And the Tigress Clowns, featuring a reminder that the Shrine Circus is coming up March 18th.
That's right. The Tigress Clowns are coming down the street. And you know what's happening next weekend, Jeff?
Yes, the annual Tigress Shrine Circus at the Onondaga County Syracuse War Memorial. A fantastic event, always a lot of fun.
You were in that once, weren't you?
In the circus? Yeah, I was a trapeze artist. No, are you kidding me? I don't know how to draw.
The Shrine Clowns.
There's the crowd, and it just keeps getting bigger, Nancy, as that sun just warms everyone.
And I don't know if you've noticed, too, but organizers would say a much better controlled crowd this year. The police department and the National Guard and everyone has cooperated so that, and with a longer parade route.
I was just going to say, I'm with another mile or so to spread the folks out.
Sponsored by Sandell, Kelly's Restaurant, and 9X.
And here it is, the Flight of the Unicorn. That's Kelly's Restaurant, who are the defending 1987 champions, float champions from last year. And they have got a float they feel will again capture the first place honors.
The Flight of the Unicorn.
Again, this was a story that was done with Mike Price the other night. Here's the finished product.
There it's flying. There it goes, the Pegasus. The unicorn lives if its sprouted wings sprout, right?
Wait a minute. The legend is shattered. The unicorn lives in its sprouted wings to dispel these myths, I guess is the way it goes.
It flew from its rock to County Killarney, and believe this because we're the bunch of Blarneys.
And there are about 25 of them that call themselves a bunch of Blarneys, and they work on this float for.
And you know, last year, talking to the folks involved in the group, they didn't know they were going to win. They were very surprised. They were pleased, of course. And I think this year they're going for the gold, so to speak, in this Olympic year.
There they are, Marianne Ryan and Ken Rothman.
Look at that.
You know, they tried to get their winning float in the New York City parade last year, and of course, they don't allow floats in the New York City parade.
The legend is shattered. The unicorn lives. Its sprouted wings that dispelled these myths. It flew from its rock to County Killarney. Believe this, because we're the bunch of Blarneys.
It was much better the way they did it.
There's Greg Lowe.
Greg Lowe from our new staff and the new staff of 57 WSYR.
All the world is Irish today.
Here's St. Anne's School. And St. Anne's is well represented here today with a large contingent. And if I'm correct, they have done quite a masterful job recreating some Irish countryside, Nancy, on that float.
Yes, the green, the mountains, and the castles, which are everywhere in Ireland.
Especially the Leaning Tower of Pisa, which we see in this, as a matter of fact. If you get a look at this, am I right?
All the world is
Everybody's
Irish.
Yeah.
All the world is Irish today. Is the theme of this float.
Big Ben.
That's right.
The
Taj
pyramid.
Mahal.
There you go.
We'll be back with more of the annual St. Patrick's Parade live from downtown Syracuse right after this.
Personal service and low everyday prices, check the lineup at your neighborhood True Value hardware store, where the March True Value of the month is the Master Mechanic Hang Fast Wall Mount Tool. Now you can hang pictures and other objects without putting holes in your walls. And the mounting disc comes off easily if you change your mind. In March, get the Master Mechanic Hang Fast Wall Mount Tool for just $7.49, where you see the banner at participating True Value hardware stores.
ET Video, entertainment to go. You'll find the largest selection of movies in central New York in both VHS and beta formats. Check the new ET Video Guide. Most children's films are just 93 cents a day. ET has Nintendo game cartridges for sale or rent. ET is the source for all your audio and video needs. Cameras, large screen TVs, camcorders, and VCRs. All for sale or rent. ET Video is entertainment to go. Liverpool, North Syracuse, Brewerton, Mexico, and in Williams Grocery.
Sanborn Fire Company Band from Sanborn, New York. Sanborn Fire Company Band, annually in the parade. They participated in the festival parades in Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and were in the first St. Patrick's Parade, 1982.
Again, fire departments are wonderful in this country. They do so much, and a lot of them have bands.
All right, hey, listen, I think we have a piece of cake here for us.
A piece of cake.
We have some folks from Wegmans. How are you? What's your name? Mary, are you Irish?
Oh, yeah.
Red hair and the whole bed here. Well, explain to you what you got here.
This is a cake donated by Wegmans to Channel 9 News in appreciation for their coverage to the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
You know how long it'll take for us to eat that cake?
Oh, yeah, we were willing to eat it beforehand.
It'll be gone like that with the
That's
entire
right.
crew. We thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
We
Thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay.
That's terrific.
There's our dessert.
Excellent. And some more of the terrific floats here. Again, repeating the theme, We the People.
And that's either Key Bank, Maria Regina College.
Well, Maria Regina.
No Irish
Must be
potatoes?
Key Bank, because here comes Maria Regina College. And this is a nice float, too. It's a cottage. It's an Irish cottage.
Decorated in potato sack burlap with some shamrocks.
And they did this one very quickly. I know they did this 2 days ago. I heard when they were starting to build it, and they did a wonderful job. They must have stayed up all night.
And I suspect that somewhere in that farm is a leprechaun or two.
No, do you think so?
Or 10 or 12. Now, Project Children is coming up, Nancy. Why don't we talk a little bit about Project Children, because that's what it's all about here today.
That's right. The Project Children is the parade's inspiration, and all our proceeds do, after paying the bands, and our many expenses do go to help bring children from Northern Ireland every summer. That's Kathleen Kelly right there. She managed to get back. And a lot
how many children do we bring over here?
Well, about 120 last summer.
Is that getting larger, or do you keep basically the same?
Well, it's getting larger, and it's expanding. People are now picking up the children and taking them to Watertown and Elmira, and Binghamton area.
How many years have we been doing this?
This is I believe this is the 8th year.
Have any of the ones that have come over here for a visit come back to visit?
In fact, some have come back to go to school here, to go to high school, and to live with the families. And, and look who's coming.
Oh, yeah.
Our honorary leprechaun himself.
Notice he has a green bow tie on. Now, watch how they get underneath this bridge. This is interesting.
Project Children, ladies and gentlemen.
This, of course, is the Syracuse newspaper's addition to the 6th annual St. Patrick's Parade. Our first helium-filled balloon. Back there a while, but we can see it isn't Garfield, you know, it's Heathcliff.
Heathcliff, did we say Garfield? Okay, it's Heathcliff. He's going to have to lay down on his back, I believe, to get underneath this bridge, right?
Well, he's already gone through a couple just to make it this far, so...
This is quite a feat.
Well, Nancy, I hope the Syracuse newspaper's idea here will perhaps be a bit of a challenge to some of our other parade participants, because I think this is terrific. It adds a terrific flavor of festivity to these parades to have this balloon here. And I know that this parade is bigger than the Macy's parade that Heathcliff was in earlier, actually late last year.
That's right. Heathcliff would be all over by now if Heathcliff was in that parade. But, you know, this again is one of those things that said never could be done because of the bridges. And you can see him slipping down. They say he can limbo.
I think we're going to be able to see a little bit of that in a few minutes. Our cameramen are getting set up for a shot. We'll be able to see Heathcliff go down on his back and under that bridge.
Oh, there's the aerial shot.
There we go.
And you can see the parade route now from the skies.
Now, what we need to do is wave, Jeff, and everybody will see just exactly where we are. Stick your hand up.
There we are.
Can you see us?
Footage from Onondaga County Air 1.
That's me waving.
The Onondaga County Sheriff's Department helicopter. And you can see what a terrific day it is. And there's that crowd we were talking about, Nancy, lining the parade route.
The Irish cement truck.
That's right, at
of
least
Sanders
20
and
deep,
Sons.
20-inch deep, the entire parade route, Jeff, which is amazing this year.
Well, it's really no surprise. It's really no surprise because this is a terrific event. And we hope you're enjoying watching some of it on television with us today here on Central New York 9.
There again is the VA float from the Veterans Administration. And,
representing the service men and women from all of the branches of the armed forces, served so well by the folks at the VA Medical Center.
And another pipe band. This is a Caledonia Pipe and Drum Band of Buffalo. Big parade there tomorrow, but they came here today.
Caledonian Pipe Band of Buffalo.
That's good.
From East Syracuse, New York, Tracy's Spirit of St. Patrick.
Sure. Are we getting more? We're getting more food.
We're getting more food. Just what we needed.
Okay.
The Caledonian Pipes and Drums of Buffalo, where the Royal Stewart flag.
Joe Carcione,
This
yes.
band has
Joe
played
Carcione. Thank you.
all of the Western New York area, Canada,
Did you march?
Philadelphia.
He already went.
Major Robert Calder leads that organization. As we continue here, showing you some of the terrific floats. Here's from Tracy's Spirit of St. Patrick. The float consists of an interstate trailer with a Scania tractor
I think he went home.
by a
I think he's going home.
1975
Maybe you can
Emerald
see him,
Green
though,
Jaguar.
still. He might come back.
And the folks from Most Holy Rosary Parish right behind them.
Okay. Okay.
We're being visited by, what you hear, folks, is being visited by Nancy Duffy here. Folks visiting her and wishing her good well. And good luck and good wishes. Rick, there was another shot of Heathcliff.
Oh, there he comes.
The size is just enormous.
Now he's just starting to lean back now to go under that sky bridge.
Oh,
there we go.
There it goes.
He's down on his back.
Taking a nap, folks.
Quite a sight, isn't it? Ooh.
Look at that. Oh,
and off he goes. I can hear the applause from here.
Now from Palmyra, New York, the C.A. Palmer Pipe and Drum Corps.
The Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade is brought to you in part by Falso Heating, serving Central New York for over 100 years. E.T. Video, your headquarters for home entertainment. And by O'Duncan O'Bright, reminding you to shop their Irish bargain party. More floats, more bands, following these messages.
And here's his sister Kate. And there's the girl who used to sweep down by the garden gate. Shake hands with all of the neighbors and kiss the colleagues all. You're welcome as the bargain day to dear old Donegal.
Check out our savings.
Check
Check out Wegmans' great low price on Snow White mushrooms, just 79 cents a pound. 4 6-packs of regular or diet Coca-Cola, 12-ounce cans, only $4.99 with coupon. Savings are only half the story. Wegmans people are dedicated to bringing you the finest service possible.
Savings add up at Wegmans. Every day you get our best, and the best is now for less.
New York State's largest selection of furniture is now on sale at the lowest prices of the year. Where?
At O'Duncan O'Bright, of course.
Hi, I'm Patrick O'Bright at our biggest store-wide furniture sale.
Yes, Pat, it's big with 30% savings on every Thomasville bedroom, every Thomasville dining room, and every Thomasville living room.
For the biggest furniture savings of the year, come to the annual Irish Bargain Party at O'Duncan O'Bright. O'Duncan O'Bright. O'Duncan O'Bright.
And welcome back to the St. Patrick's Day Parade on Central New York 9. Jeff Scheidecker, Nancy Duffy, and me, Rick Gary, now watching Heathcliff as he made it under the second sky bridge, heading for the third one now.
A successful landing, and
there he's going under the lights.
Under the lights. That, I'm going to tell you something, that has got to be quite a job to haul him down each time.
Folks are doing a terrific job with Heathcliff.
They really are. It's quite an exercise for Heathcliff.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You know, this is no easy task to carry this balloon down Salina Street.
And quite a few people with.
There he goes.
There he goes, back up.
And a cheer from the crowd.
Yeah. I like that bow tie. I think next year we ought to get some bow ties to match that.
And we have to find.
He goes anywhere he
We have to
wants
find something with that silver look to it, Rick. That silvery, glittery look.
And there are the many people, employees of the Herald Journal. There's editors, reporters, printers.
Now, the all of the folks who are handling this balloon are from the newspaper, are they not? Or are they from the Kemp Balloon Company, which
Well, there are two members of the Kemp Balloon Company that are guiding it down the street and know what they're doing. But
that's great.
Many of the others are actually Herald Journal and Post-Standard employees.
We're hearing a chant now of Heathcliff.
We only have 6 more to go.
Let's go down to the street now to Mike Price. Mike?
Thanks very much. I'm walking along with Heathcliff here and his handlers, a crew of about 25 with the lines and the ropes here. Here, let me get right in here. Now, remember yesterday I made reference on the air to Irishmen with hot air to get this thing up in the air. So I huffed and I puffed and I got him up there. He's going today. I got enough hot air to handle this myself. Hiya there, Heathcliff. How you doing? Just get an idea of how big he is here. Look at this. He's 55 feet in height up there. And these guys will do their act in just a moment to get him under these traffic signals here. That's when he'll come back down, and then you'll see him pop back up on the other side. It'd be nice if we could stay right here and see it happen, come right down on us if you could. You want to give that a try? Let's stay with Heathcliff here. They're waiting for a red light here, I think. He's a very law-abiding guy, Heathcliff is. So he's going to wait for this red light. Now, okay, here we go. Now, let's see him come down. Here he comes. Look at that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, get out from under there, boy. A guy can get hurt like that. So long, Heathcliff. See you next year. Pop back up there now. Watch him come back up. Oh, he's got to go under the sky bridge there. Watch him on the other side now. Okay.
Would you welcome, please, Syracuse
Up he
Shamrock
goes.
Queen.
Watch the guy down there. See him go up there? Isn't that something? Amazing. Okay, Jeff, Nancy, Rick.
1936 cord boat tail.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Great job handling Heathcliff. Central New York 9 is WIXT Syracuse, and our live coverage of the Syracuse St. Patrick's Parade will continue right after this.
Oh, my name is every day. I got the Chapel Blues, baby. I wear the most every day. I got the blues when I'm working and when I go out to play. Well, the blues are good on me, feel good day and night. Yeah, the blues look good on me, feel so good day and night. When you got the Chapel Blues, baby, everything's all right.
Get the
washed-out blues at Chapels.
Peter Coleman here, speaking for Guinness and Harp. A lot of tradition going on. A lot of tradition this 17th. These are the real items. 10 million glasses consumed each day. How can that many people be wrong? Guinness and Harp, the only way to go. Ireland in a glass. Schlanta.
Guinness Stout and Harp Lager, distributed to your favorite pubs and retailers by Owasco Beverage Corporation.